It's ChatGPT versus ChatGPT, the rematch. If you haven't watched the first game, you can do so before watching this one, but in any case, this game starts with e4, e5, knight f3, and knight f6, so the better of defense. So far so good. But already on move 3, the fun begins. Because ChatGPT playing with white plays knight. Where will this knight go? It goes back to f3. Yep. But black doesn't care, black just developed the knight to c6, and we have d3 protecting this pawn, and d6 reinforcing this pawn as well. White continues with d3. We are being taught not to move the same piece twice in the opening, but here ChatGPT not only does that, it plays the same move twice in the opening, on 2 different occasions. But okay, who are we to judge? Black continues with d5 and we have d4, so we have this nice pawn cube in the center, much better than having a hole in the center. Black continues with bishop b4, pinning the knight on c3, ChatGPT says, although the knight comes on c3 on the next move. Okay, it's just a case of false timing. And here black plays d5. White already played 2 moves twice, so black tries to balance things out. White continues with bishop g5, pinning the knight, this time for real. We have bishop e6, and now white changes his mind. Instead of pinning this knight, this bishop goes to die. But it's not being taken, instead black pins the other knight, so both knights are pinned. And because white wants to get the queen out of the pin, plays queen takes d4. However, black doesn't take the queen. Instead, black realizes that it's much better to replace the knight with a bishop, apparently. But now white saves the queen by retreating to e2. We have knight takes d4, knight takes d4, and knight c6. And because white is confused, white continues with knight takes d4 once more. But black here has a killer move. It's knight takes e2 with check for some reason. And because white wants to get the king out of check, white goes to g1. That doesn't make any sense. We have castles by black and castles by white. f5, very attacking move by black. And now white plays Dag d7. No, I'm just kidding. White plays rook a to d1. Much more sensible for once. Black continues with knight b4. So apparently black thinks that you can always replace knights with bishops and vice versa. I don't know which chess variant is that, but apparently we're playing this one. But anyhow, white continues with f4, capturing its own bishop, knight b6, and knight g5. And here, per ChatGPT, because the black king is in check, the black king has to move. But the knight continues with knight f5. We have queen d7, blundering the queen, or you think so, because instead white plays knight d5, check, according to ChatGPT, but black doesn't react to this check. Instead, black plays knight d3 check. So both kings are in check. However, white doesn't react to this check either, because it's not a check. Instead, white brings back the queen to d5. Black responds with king g8, putting the king in check. We have queen takes d3, perhaps the only sensible move in this game. Finally, black saves its queen by losing its rook. Rook d1, how many duplicate moves will white play? Anyhow, the queen comes back to e7, so this queen captured its own rook and went back to e7 to be captured again. This doesn't make any sense. But anyway, ChatGPT apparently knows better. The game continues with rook takes d8, check. Queen f7 blocking the check, huh? Only move, apparently. Queen takes d3, check. So the king has to move and goes back to g8. But the queen continues with g6, check. King h8, only move. What? And finally, we have queen h6, checkmate. What? Truly an incredible game. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more such content like this one, please consider subscribing to the channel. But anyway, that was it. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.